Hello, let's start today's session with a small story. There was a small business owner, Raj, and he was very honest in his business. He was running an electronic shop, and as he was very honest in his business, he was providing quality products to his customers. So his shop will be always busy with the customer. As he is honest businessman, he was able to make a large client base, and he was able to grow his business gradually. So as the business grown, he was liable to register for tax, and he was liable to pay the tax. How he was very loyal towards his business? He was very loyal towards paying the tax on right time. So he was making all the return filing and tax payment on the right time. But suddenly he received a message. He received a notice from the tax department to pay a large amount of tax penalty. In this notice, it was mentioned that Raj has not made the tax payment properly. There was some error in the tax payment, and he was not make the tax payment properly. So Raj was shocked. As he is a honest business person, he had maintained all the GST complaints properly, and he was filing all tax on time. The tax amount was very huge. He was not able to make the payment of the tax. And so he started researching over the things where he had gone wrong, and finally he contacted a tax practitioner, and from them he come to know that he had made the mistake, or he had missed a small concept called time of supply. It is a very small concept of GST concept. He had ignored that small concept of time of supply. He has to face this. A large financial burden has fallen on his head. If you don't want to be like Raj, please watch this video till end without skipping. Welcome to Unixolve Tax Solution. I am Akila, GST practitioner. In this video, let's see the most important aspect of GST compliance, that is time of supply. Let's see what is time of supply. Time of supply is a point in the time when the supply of goods or services is deemed to have taken place. It is a crucial factor in determining the correct tax period and applicable tax rate and the due date for the tax payment. First, let's see the time of supply of goods and the general rule for that. When it comes to goods, the time of supply is determined by whichever of these three dates comes earliest. The first one is date of issue of invoice, and date of removal of goods, and date of payment. Whichever of these three things comes the earliest is the time of supply. Then let's see about the special scenarios like advance payment. Time of supply is the date of receipt of advance payment is received. Once if you are receiving any advance from your customer, that date is considered as time of supply. And second one is installment payment. For installment based transaction, the time of supply in each installment date of recipient. This means that GST liability arises with each individual payment made, marking each installment as a separate time of supply event. This approach helps ensure that GST is applied accurately and in line with the payment schedule rather than all at once. Like if you are purchasing a car on EMI basis and you are paying it on installment. Here in this picture I had shown 3 installments. That is, for the first installment you are paying first installment amount plus GST, and second installment also you are paying installment. Here whatever the times of installment you are paying, you have to pay the GST on the same. So here it doesn't comes like one time payment, but in case of installment, with each individual payment you have to make the payment of GST, and it is considered as time of supply. And next is deferred payment. If the payment are deferred, the time of supply is determined by the actual payment date. That is, if you are doing any B2B payment transaction, B2B transactions for payment, and if it is delayed, the time of supply will be the actual payment date. And next one is reverse charge mechanism. Under reverse charge mechanism, the recipient and not the supplier pays the GST. You all know the concept of reverse charge mechanism. The time of supply here is the earliest of the payment date or the date of entry in the recipient's books of accounts. Here in this picture I had shown two images. One is accounts entries of the books of accounts entries of the recipient, and other one is payment date. Whichever comes earlier is the time of supply. Then comes the time of supply of services. Before we had explained about time of supply of goods. Now we are going to explain about time of supply of services. In this same general rule applies, that is earliest of the following: the date of issue of invoices, or the date of provision of services, or date of payment. Whichever comes earliest is the time of supply of services. First, let's see the specific scenario about advance payment of tax. If you receive any advance from your client before the work is done, it is considered as the date of advance received is considered as time of supply. Then next is installment payment. As I said in the time of supply of goods, if you are paying for a service on installment basis, each installment is considered as time of supply. That is like if you are paying the first installment in one date, and it is considered as time of supply, and the second installment is also considered as time of supply. This scenario of installment, time of supply of each installment is date of receipt. Next is deferred payment. Here the time of receipt is the date of actual payment. Then let's come to reverse charge mechanism. Again, in reverse charge mechanism, the date of actual payment, or the date of entry in the recipient books of account, whichever comes earlier is the time of supply. Let's go through the key consideration and challenges in time of supply. First one is importance of accurate record keeping. Accurate records are crucial to maintain GST compliance and avoid penalties. And next one is impact of delayed invoicing. Delayed invoicing can lead to penalties, as GST law specifies strict timelines. Next, third one is complexities in cross-border transaction. That is, if you are doing transaction out of the country, it comes cross-border transactions can complicate the time of supply and place of supply, affecting tax rate. In most of the countries, GST is not still applicable. So it will be affecting the rate of tax and place of supply and time of supply in case of cross-border transactions. And next one is role of technology in streamlining GST compliance. Using GST software or e-invoicing system can simplify compliance and ensure accuracy. To the conclusion, let's recap. Today we discussed the time of supply for both goods and services, and the highlighted critical scenarios was and talked about the importance of accurate records and timely invoicing and leveraging technology to stay GST compliance. A business owner facing the complexity of GST filing, complaints or e-invoicing, whether you are new to GST or looking to streamline your process, I am here to help you. With my experience as a GST practitioner, I provide reliable end-to-end solutions tailored to your business needs. Here's what you can expect when working with me. Accurate GST filing. You can avoid penalties, stay compliant with timely filings. Then ITC management. Maximize your input tax credit, well organized records. advisory and training. Get clarity on GST process or train your team with custom sessions. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Let's see in my upcoming video. Until then, thank you. Bye bye. Take care.